Hi, I'm Luke Tingle, a project executive with Daktronics, and I'm here today to walk around some of our displays in Intuit Dome. So let's go check it out. Here at Intuit Dome, the true street-to-seat experience starts when you pull up to the parking garages, where you're greeted by over 32 Daktronics displays, like this one that helps you know that you're coming up to the right garage, being the West Garage. After we park at the parking garages, the West Garage is where we were just at. You come across this pedestrian bridge, and as you flow in there, you get a beautiful view of the plaza, and you'll see our plaza court display that's roughly 40 by 70 foot, and it's a 4mm display. So we're here on the corner of Prairie and Century, and we have one of our two double-sided marquee displays, 2.9mm. So these show upcoming events and are your first welcome into Intuit Dome as you're either driving to your parking garage or coming by public transportation or walking. Next up, let's go check out the Flagship Store where you can grab some pre-game swag. We're here in the Clippers Flagship Store where you can check out some of their apparel before the game, and we have 6 of our chip-on-board 1.5mm displays where they're using to highlight the merchandise. Let's head inside and check out the building. Now that we got our Clippers gear, we can head into the stadium. So you'll be at the main entrance, scan your ticket, and you're walking in. Your first thing you're greeted by is one of our main lobby screens. So it's approximately 22 by 190 foot display. It's 2.9mm. It's massive, 190 feet. It's curved. So they have quite the flexibility of canvas here that they can put content on it. You know, it wraps all the way around here. You know, it does get some sunlight here, but you know, at nighttime, it's when people come in for games, you know, it's usual selfie spot for everyone hanging out in the lobby before they enter the bowl. Here at the top of the escalators after you enter the main lobby, main entrance, and at the top you're greeted by one of our countdown displays. So primarily it's used to count down for when to get in your seat, much like the other 237 clocks we have around the venue, but they can also use it for logos, live video, stats, and other information for concerts and whatnot. Here we're on the east end of the building in Court B, which is a promo area that they do events, pregame events, private events, pickup games. They have a full court basketball court in here, so you can see on one of the walls we have a massive, almost 19 by 33 foot 2.5mm, which is 4K, which is the theme with most of our displays in the building here. And we've got our traditional scoreboards, as they do run games in here and able to score at shot clocks. And you can see on one of the hoops they have set up over here. Here at the player entrance display, it's the player's parking garage behind these doors here. So when the players come in, they film them as they're entering the building. So you see a display behind me as the players enter the building before the player entrance when they're getting filmed. Nice greeting as they come into the building. Here we are in the interview room with our press backdrop being our 0.9mm screen, 4K resolution, and it's 7 foot by 12 foot, and they use it for their logos and backdrops. They can change out their sponsors without having to print new vinyl or print every game. So the interview room highlights one of our direct view LED video displays. We have a 0.9mm here. We also have another one in the war room, which we partner with Claire Global as the AV integrator on the project. And we also have a 1.5mm in the locker room and a 1.2mm at 2 that are 4K in the practice courts. So we're here in the North VIP lobby entrance where we have 2 of our 1.2mm screens that are 9 foot by 18 foot, and we partner with Dimensional Innovations for the installation of the displays. So here's one of our game clocks around the venue. We have 237 of these clocks, so that it counts down to game time, make sure people are in their seats when the game starts. Now that we checked out all the exciting displays outside the bowl, I'm here with our senior project manager, Jeffrey Johnson, who's going to take you inside the bowl.
All right, follow me inside. Welcome to the bowl. Here we have the Halo, 3.9mm, over 233 million pixels. Double-sided, here it is. So each end of the Halo is operable, movable, to where they can be raised and are lowered that allow for better sight lines for concerts and other live events. In addition to the Halo, we have 51 vomitory displays as well as a 270-degree ribbon display. So here we are on the court where we have our 2.5mm stanchion displays and our 2.5mm scores table. Let's head up to the control room and see what's going on up there. And here's where the show is brought to life. These computers, the show control machines and other various computers are what bring to life all of the video displays inside and outside of the arena. Now we'll take a tour inside of the Halo with our main man, Julio Castaneda.
This is how we service the Halo. We start off on the building catwalk. So we can go ahead and take a look. We have 4 access hatches to the Halo. So this is one of them. We're gonna go down and take a look at how we service this thing. We're on the first level of 4 levels of catwalks for the Halo. We got our inner Halo, we got our outer Halo. We have a numbering system that we use for troubleshooting purposes. So you can see all these numbers will correlate to all 14,000 cabinets so that we can locate and use it for troubleshooting. And everything's accessed from the rear. So we do all our service from back here instead of from the front. So we're at one of the bridges of the whole Halo here. So we're on the bottom catwalk. There's 4 bridges, so 1 on each corner. This will give us access to the hoisted ends from the fixed ends. That's the only way to access those hoisted ends. It's a safety feature that we put in to be able to travel through. And then you can raise it whenever the hoisted end needs to get pulled up. It's got a sensor that triggers the hoist control from being able to move unless this is triggered. So that hoisted end will only go up if this bridge is lifted up as well. So watch your head coming in. This hoisted end is actually designed to be almost like a center hung on its own. So there's actually, once you get to the top, there's a cable bin up top that collects fiber and power cables to keep things from getting damaged as the hoist moves up and down. This is one of the hoist platforms for the hoisted ends. So there's one on each side, one for the west, one for the east. They're at 107,000 pound capacity. So that's enough to raise up that hoisted end. So this is gonna be our MCC, this is the actual control. We have a list of steps here that they have to follow anytime they want to raise or lower the hoisted ends. This is important to follow this exactly to avoid any damage, avoid any kind of issues that might arise from that. They have the capability of wireless control here, or they can also switch over to local and control it here at the actual control. The hoist consists of 4 cable drums. They each have their own sets of brakes, and then they all have their own safety measures to prevent any override. So going up and down, can't go too far, can't go too low. So that's it from on top of the Halo. We'll send it back down to Luke.
Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I will say the only real way to take in this building is to see it in person. So please come check out a game real soon.